It's been hard. It has not been a great environment.
All right, so that's what parents are saying. That is how they
thought about keeping my children home.
All right, interrupted her there. She's saying that she thought about keeping her children home, and it's after an incident that has happened at Arleta Elementary School in southeast Portland. And of course, parents are thinking about this and talking about it after a student reportedly gave crack cocaine to another student. Now, tonight, parents are meeting with the district. They're demanding that the principal be placed on leave.
KGW's Morgan Romero is live at Portland Public Schools district offices for us tonight. Morgan, that meeting starts in an hour.
Guys, and earlier we talked to a group of moms outside Arleta School who say they're planning to come here to the district offices tonight to ask the school board to place their principal, Ms. Kruger, on administrative leave. They say there's a level of mistrust between a number of parents and school leadership. This is not the first time they've been upset with Kruger, but they sure hope it'll be the last.
We believe this incident occurred in an environment that has been made hostile and chaotic by Principal Kruger. And we need district leadership to work with parents and staff to heal our school community so that our children can truly thrive.
This group of moms says more than 50 parents sent letters to the school over the weekend. They're upset the principal and nurse didn't call 911 and waited to call the students' parents. They also point to a lack of communication coming out of Arleta. They say only a portion of parents got this email the day it happened, telling them a student gave another kid an unidentified white substance. Hours later, a mom whose daughter was in the 3rd and 4th grade classroom where this happened got a call from Ms. Kruger. The principal told her the substance was crack cocaine, but the rest of the school is still in the dark.
I think the communication should have been much more clear. As soon as it was identified, I feel the entire school, staff, all families should have been notified.
In that initial email to some parents, Kruger said her staff responded quickly, and she reached out to PPS and police immediately. The student's family took them to see a doctor. Portland Public Schools sent us a statement today saying they're looking into how the school responded. Meanwhile, Portland police are also investigating.
So meantime, the same time this meeting is happening, there's also a meeting at Arleta School where the district says a supervisor there will be as well. Back to you guys.
All right, Morgan, we'll see what happens next. Appreciate the report. So a stunning reversal today from U.S. Ambassador Gordon Sondland, who of course has strong ties to the city of Portland. He now claims that there was a quid pro quo in Ukraine. Pat Dorris live in the newsroom right now. So Pat, Sondland, he's changing his testimony from just last month.
Right, Dan, it appears his memory maybe failed him earlier. Sondland is a big President Trump supporter. He owns several hotels here in the Portland area and donated $1 million to Trump's inaugural committee. President Trump then made him ambassador to the EU. Sondland first testified back in October 17th. He denied any wrongdoing and said he didn't have any advance knowledge of a plan to keep U.S. aid money from the Ukraine to promote President Trump's political interests. But that did not exactly match up with what others told lawmakers. And so today, Congress released the full transcript of what Sondland said, and it included a brand new statement. Sondland now does admit that he remembers telling an aide to Ukraine's president that the U.S. would withhold money unless Ukraine promised to investigate the 2016 election and former Vice President Joe Biden. The president's allies are dismissing all the witness testimony, insisting that he did nothing wrong.
My father put the transcript out. Read it. Everything else is opinion.
All of the witnesses agree that the president engineered a shakedown of the Ukrainian government.
Thank you very much. House investigators want to hear from the acting White House Chief of Staff, that's Mick Mulvaney. They've called him to testify Friday, but the White House says he is not going to show up. Back to you.
All right, Pat Dorris, thank you for the latest there. So I want to tell you there are 3 new cases in Oregon of people getting sick from vaping. 3 new ones. The Oregon Health Authority confirms that all 3 are minors, and that brings the total to 17 cases here in the state of Oregon, including 2 deaths. Health officials at this point, as you probably know from watching the coverage, don't know exactly what's causing these lung illnesses. They have recommended, though, that people stop vaping. In a KGW investigation, we tested 6 vaping products. We wanted to find out what was in them exactly for you. You can watch the full report right now on the KGW YouTube channel.
A Gresham nonprofit is helping save 61 horses rescued in Lane County. Many were found neglected and starving and now have a long road to recovery. We didn't get to see those horses today at the Sound Equine Options training facility, but we did get to see other rescued horses. This is Kingsley, an 8-year-old wild horse rescued from eastern Oregon. He was found with a wire wrapped tightly around his ankle. Now, 8 months later, he's in the hands of head trainer Miranda Bolin. Gaining the trust of these wild animals is a big step towards recovery.
Trust is huge. I mean, you're handling a 1,200-pound animal that wants to get away and can kill you if they get scared or if they get upset and you're not paying attention or don't have the tools or the capabilities of handling them. I mean, you can get really seriously hurt.
In the Lane County case, court documents show 3 horses were also found dead. The owner of the property faces first and second degree animal neglect charges.
All right, take a look at this video, close look. Do you recognize the men you see here as we kind of zoom in on them there? Gresham police are saying they stole $80,000 in construction equipment from a property owned by a local church. Surveillance cameras caught the 2 men checking out a piece of equipment, and then later they come back with the truck here, pulling up into the site and stealing things that were there. This happened Saturday, October 26th, around 6 o'clock at night on Northeast Kelly Avenue in Gresham. If you recognize the people you see there, you are asked to call Gresham police. About a half dozen neighbors in southeast Portland, they woke up this past weekend to find that their tires had been slashed and their cars parked out by their homes. The culprits were caught on home surveillance video, so you see some of the video here in security camera footage. What's it look like? Several people walking down the street there along Southeast 49th in the Hawthorne area, and they're just slashing tires along the way. One woman says she had just actually purchased new tires for her car a few months ago. Now she has to buy them again.
It's very upsetting. It feels scary. You know, you don't want these things happening in your neighborhood. I'm very upset. I've just had a lot of medical bills. I don't really have the extra money to rebuy a tire. I didn't even know how I was going to deal with it, how I was going to get the tire changed or anything. And again, I say it's a great neighborhood because one of my neighbors came and changed my tire for me.
So again, asking our viewers to help out once more. If you recognize the people in the surveillance video here or you know anything about what happened, you're asked to call Portland police.
The Vancouver police dog that ran from its handler and attacked a bystander a few months ago has been retired from the force. This is cell phone video taken in September. A man was recording an arrest when he saw the dog run off and attack someone walking down the street. That person was hurt, but not seriously. Vancouver police say the dog was put into training after the incident, but didn't meet the agency's standards for canines.
I looked out the window this morning and I thought it might be foggier out there today than it was yesterday. We had another foggy morning in Portland and it's sticking around.
Chief Meteorologist Matt Zafino's in the Weather Center with your first forecast. Matt, what's up with the fog?
Yeah, right. We had a glimpse of the sun this afternoon briefly, ever so briefly in downtown Portland, but it sucked back in. And look at Stoller Vineyard. The tree is visible. That's about it. 45 degrees. And when you look at the visibilities around town, McMinnville is down to a half a mile now. It was a mile and a half just an hour ago. So it's been dropping rapidly there. It's dropping rapidly. The visibility at Hillsborough with just 3/4 of a mile. Portland, everywhere else, the fog is going to fill in. So for that reason, we have a dense fog advisory in the area highlighted in gray. And yes, there is also an air stagnation advisory. We have both of those going on right now around Western Oregon. Lucky us, right? So again, the fog, I'll show you why later on, why it held on so much longer today compared to yesterday. But the good news is, after a very foggy night tonight and tomorrow morning, the fog is going to break up tomorrow afternoon much more quickly than it did today, and our air quality will improve as well as the east winds will come back. I'll let you know how long that'll last, how much more clear weather we have too, because I think everybody's kind of over the fog already, guys.
I think we are. Thank you, Matt. Heads up, it's election day. Have you voted yet? If not, check out our voter's guide on kgw.com because you do still have time. In Oregon, it is too late to mail your ballots. You'll have to drop them off at a ballot box. They're all over at libraries. You can do that by 8 o'clock tonight. In Washington, you can still mail a ballot on Election Day and have it counted, but at this hour, the safest bet for you is also to drop it at a ballot box.